back to Bed with the Boys.
What is going on, guys?
Welcome back, guys. It's Thursday, September the 29th. First time we've had the full game here in a little bit.
Yeah, hit that like and subscribe button. On the way to 1,100. We did go 1-1 yesterday. The recap, we had the Dodgers on the money line, and we had the Braves game going over. First time in a while, Odorizzi hasn't really got destroyed on the mound. So,
yeah, it was a crushing loss for my Braves, but we got a series coming up with the Mets, and if we win that one, we'll still get that division. Been following the channel for a while. I did throw out the Braves to win the NL East, so that's still in play. Hopefully you put that in.
Yep, guys, we got an MLB underdog today, and then we got 2 picks in the Thursday night football game. Big matchup tonight with the Dolphins versus the Bengals. We got some great takes on that as well as player props. So, yeah.
We're on the road to 1,100 subscribers. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for us. We will throw out a parlay when we reach the milestone of 1,100. We'll go ahead and jump into the underdog of the day. It's actually the MLB game of the day. We're taking the Marlins on the money line versus the Brewers. That's plus 152 odds on WinBet, 740 game. You got Braxton Garrett pitching for the Marlins, a 3-6 record, a 3.52 ERA. And Eric Lohr pitching for the Brewers, a 10-7 record, a 3.96 ERA. We like the line movement on this. That's what we really follow for the underdog pick of the day a lot. It seems to cash more often than not for us.
I think we're 15-8 now in underdogs. That's all plus money. So we didn't have one yesterday, but all right, guys. For the NFL on DraftKings, they are doing a special. This is not an official pick. I'm just helping you guys out. If you're going to take a side on this, DraftKings will cash you out if your team goes up by 7 at any point in the game. So if you are going to bet that, I would take the Dolphins since it's plus money. I took it yesterday at plus 155. I think it's plus 140 now. It has dropped a little bit. So, I mean, if the Dolphins go up 7, it's going to cash me out for plus 140 as opposed to being on the Bengals side. That's minus what?
170 yesterday, so I don't know.
Yeah, minus around 170-ish. So you would rather get the most money. And, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's just
It
how.
just makes sense.
Yeah, there's no point in taking the money line minus 170 when it's just plus, or if they get up by 7, because anything can happen. They could go down and score on the first drive, and you get plus odds.
And still lose that game.
Yeah.
So. Anyways, guys, so I got a player prop to throw out first for this game. It's on the Bengals side. He plays for the Bengals. Running back, Joe Mixon. I'm taking him under 65.5 rushing yards in this game. It's minus 114 odds on Barstool. The game comes on at 8:15 tonight. So there's a lot of ways to approach this. I was thinking that the total is pretty high in this game. It started at 47. It's worked its way up to 48.5. You score a lot of points by throwing the ball in the NFL, not by running the ball. Receiving props everywhere. I looked at all those. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Boyd's coming along. On the other side of the game, you got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. But I ultimately just decided to approach this by taking Joe Mixon under 65.5 rushing yards. I think all them receivers are going to have a great game tonight. And Joe Mixon on the years had 58 carries for 163 yards total. He's averaging 2.81 yards a carry, which isn't very good, and he's getting 19 carries a game. So do the math there. It works in our favor. And he's had 0 10-plus yard runs this season. So he's not breaking anything. Also, I want to say that the depleted secondary of Miami, like the injury report was like 2 pages long, it seemed like.
Yeah.
So I think the script is going to be to throw the ball. I don't think they're going to have very much interest in running the ball today, in my opinion. So under 65.5 rushing yards, Joe Mixon has our number 1 pick for the game tonight.
Yes, that is a lot of yards. He's also had 0 first down runs. So that means they're not really running the ball on 3rd and short. They're still passing. And if you do watch the Bengals, Joe Burrow is always dinking and dunking. Their kind of extended running game is swinging it out to Mixon or throwing little drag routes, short routes, screen routes to Jamar Chase. So, yeah, a lot of the running game is also in the passing game.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I think he's only hit this number 2 in 1 game this year, 1 out of 3.
Yeah.
He hit it in the first game, I think, against the Steelers, which did involve overtime, but he did crush that. But he's under twice to this line. And P. Ryan got a little bit of playing time last game against the Jets. If y'all watch that, I don't know if they're trying to work him into the rotation or he was just in there because they were up so much. But it's a good thing for us.
Yeah, he had 9 carries for 46 yards last game. P-Ryan did. So if he's taking some carries away, coming off a good game, Mixon is averaging only 2.81 yards a carry, and P-Ryan was averaging like 5. So maybe throw him in.
Yeah, I mean, you want to throw the ball against this Miami secondary that's beat up anyway, so.
True. Okay, so for the third pick, guys, we have Joe Burrow versus Tua head-to-head, and we're going Joe Burrow pass completions minus 0.5. That's minus 115 on DraftKings. Like we said, Joe Burrow dinks and dunks a lot, but he also just passes the ball. Their offense is way more wide open. I know Tua has been throwing the ball a lot with these new receivers, but he is questionable for the game. He's banged up. He's got a hurt back. So obviously he'll probably get a shot. He'll probably try to play, but it might be harder for him to complete those passes that he's been doing in the first couple of games, especially against the Ravens, where he just had like an incredible quarter, 4 touchdown passes in that fourth quarter. Kind of an aberration. If you look at all the other quarters he's played and all the other games, he's really not been completing that many yards and passes. Still good, but Joe Burrow is just that dude who's going to throw a ton. I think he's going to go over his passing attempts. I think it's what, 36?
It's worked his way up to 36.5. He started at 34. I was able to get it there, but I'm not going to throw over 36.5 to the champ.
Yeah, we stayed away from that just in case they do get it up.
Guys, this Joe Burrow pass completions is a great way to hedge the receivers as well. Like I said, I mean, I like Jamar Chase, Higgins, and Boyd, all those dudes to have a great game. So, I mean, Burrow just, like you said, picks them apart against the depleted secondary. On the other side of the ball, you got Tua, who's got the big, explosive receivers. Like Tyreek Hill is not your catch for a couple yards. You know, you take your shot to Tyreek Hill, take your shot to Jalen Waddle. And yeah, I just think Burrow is going to win this pretty easy. Great way to hedge the receiving bets as well.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, he actually passes a lot of like, he dumps it
All
off.
right.
And,
I said
yeah,
it twice.
yeah, y'all said it like 8 times.
All right. Said it
Anyway,
anyway,
recap. We got the underdog of the day, the Marlins money line versus the Brewers in the MLB. Back in Thursday night football, we're taking Joe Mixon under 65.5 rushing yards. And we're taking Joe Burrow versus Tua head-to-head pass completions. Joe Burrow minus 0.5 in that game.
Yes. And also Joe Burrow is my fantasy quarterback, so let's go, Joe.
no,
Big game out of this.
let's not. I'm playing him this week in fantasy. We don't need that at all.
Yes.
We need more Tyreek Hill action, you know?
Should we cover Joe Burrow again?
Yeah, we should cover
Joe Burrow throws the ball a lot. But
All right,
yeah,
guys. Well, anyways, we'll get this video out, posted. Let's try to go 3-0 today. We did a lot of work, and I think we kind of maneuvered around the BS today because, I mean, those receiving props are probably spot on. I know they sound good right off, but yeah.
yeah, we're having a good week so far. Let's go 3-0 and be 7-2 this week.
It's a big slate today.
Yeah, keep going.
3 picks. We usually just have 2. We kind of narrowed it down again. Back to our ways. 3 picks, full slate. Bet responsibly. Always bet with the boys. We'll see y'all in the next one.
Adios.
See you guys.